Well, hello people of the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm doing one that I'm stealing from my bestie Chloe, where she does a video where she reads a random book off her bookshelf and she reads it in 24 hours, gives her thoughts and opinions, and you see how you find the book. I wanted to do it because I was like, I had no video ideas. I was like, okay, what do I do? What should I do? And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a classic YouTuber and steal someone else's idea. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to do the video where you read a random book off your bookshelf. I asked you guys over on my Instagram to give me coordinates to basically sum up my bookshelf. So I have 19 shelves, like all together. And then I counted about roughly 25-ish books on the shelf, each shelf. So I just said 26, just in case there is 26 on certain shelves. And basically, I asked you guys for coordinates between 1 and 19, and then coordinates between 1 and 26. And then you get me numbers on Instagram, and then those numbers are gonna correspond to a certain book on the bookshelf. We'll see. If I have read it already, then obviously I won't be picking it because I don't want to do like a reread or anything like that. Or if it's like a sequel in a series and I haven't read the previous book before it, I won't be reading that either. But other than that, everything else is up for, I was gonna say up for action. That sounds a bit weird, but you know, it's up for the reading experience. So I'm just gonna go over to Instagram right now and check the answers and see where we're going to land. Also, if you don't follow me already on Instagram, it is just at @irishreader_. In case I do one of these again in the future and you want to take part, that's where you can see and give me your answers. So I have them all here. So I'm just kind of gonna go like that and then just like stop on an answer. So let me just scroll back up to the top and let's just go for it. Okay, I'm sliding up and down and we're going with this one. Okay, so the one I landed on was Potter Watch 221B. And they said 219. So now we're gonna go to the bookshelves and count, and I'm already looking at the bookshelf and I feel like I've read everything on that shelf, but let's just check anyway. So this is the shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it ended on Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2, which I have already read. Okay, so we're gonna go again. So let's scroll, and this one, oh, okay, well this was just one number, it was just 16, so I don't think that works because I need two numbers. So we're gonna scroll again. Okay, so this is from Anakin Reed and they said 1124. Let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have Salt and Stone by Victoria Scott. I have already read this. We're back again, so let's go one more time. So this one's from Lex Cat and they said 3 and 7. Okay, actually 3 is a good shelf. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, we were so close to Darius the Grey is Not Okay, and I really want to read that. But I have already read When Dimple Met Rishi, so we have to start again. Going one more time. Please, I don't want to keep going, just give me an answer. Oh, I landed on just a one person saying one number. Okay, so we have Charlotte Price, and they said 13 and 21. So we're on this shelf. I think there's like 2 books on this, no, 3 books on the shelf I haven't read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, we have a winner. Okay, so the book that we landed on was Made in Korea. And this is actually one that I was gifted for my birthday from Chloe. And the fact I'm doing a video that I'm stealing from Chloe and then I get a book that Chloe actually got for me, the universe just knows. Like, you know when you're just like, wow, the universe just gets it. This is a universe just gets it moment. Like, exactly. What I believe is that this book is following like a rom-com where like they have rival businesses where they're selling like Korean products in school, I think is how this book goes. Yeah, there's like a competition between like 2 rival businesses, like V&C K Beauty and like another different beauty that they're doing, because they're like selling like K-pop branded beauty products and all this kind of stuff. It also says at the very end, but one thing is clear, only one Korean business can come out on top. So I think it's kind of like businesses like in a school, like maybe it's like a class project or something, like you have to start up your own business, and then like just 2 people that have rival Korean businesses, and that's how it unfolds. I'm very excited to read this. I love the cover. I have been really looking forward to reading this book, and It's not too long either, so it's perfect because I want to try read this in 24 hours and give you all my thoughts. This is obviously not going to have any spoilers, so don't worry if you don't want to be spoiled. But this is the book we're going to be reading, and I'm very excited. So let's just get straight into reading. Okay guys, so I have started the book Made in Korea, and I am up to page 37 and on chapter 3. And so far, really enjoying it. I'm not like obsessed or like, oh my god, amazing yet, but I am liking how it has started out. It's very easy to read and just like very quick to get into, so I'm already in the zone. I feel like I'm reading it really fast, so love that for me. And basically what it's about so far is that there's this main character named Valerie, and she runs K&C Beauty, which is like this, basically she sells like Korean beauty products that her uncle sends over for her aunt, and her aunt doesn't want them because she just doesn't use them. So then Valerie and her cousin Charlie sell them in school out of their locker, and they call it K&C Beauty. And that's basically what they do. Like, they have their own little business in the school, and it's like a perfectly fine thing to have in that school. Like, it's allowed in the curriculum, like you're allowed to just have your own business out of your locker, which I find really random, but I'm just kind of going with it and not really questioning it. So that's what they're doing. Like, they sell their products on a Monday. She usually sells out on the same day, like, and they just do really well and get all their money. And then this new boy named Wes is after starting, and his mom is like a K-pop manager marketing person, and she is running the marketing for this new boy band called Crown Tiger, which are like a huge K-pop band, and they have released their own cosmetic line of like lip balms and stuff, and they sold out really fast when they went on sale. But his mom had loads left over because she's obviously doing marketing for them, and she gave them to her son. I was like, give those to your friends when you're in school. And he opens his bag when he's in a class, and like all of these girls see that he had them, and they like panic, and they're like, oh my god, and they start throwing money at him, and he just takes the money and he's like, what just happened? And then he finds out that, you know what, actually I really want to pay to fix my saxophone, because he plays the saxophone and it's like broken, and he wants to get it fixed. Now he's kind of like, you know what, maybe I should be an entrepreneur. So I think that's what he's gonna go do. But then also he got confronted by Valerie, because Valerie found out about it, and like he's starting to already steal some of her customers, even though he hasn't actually officially launched like a shop or anything yet. This was just like a one-time thing where all of the people give him money. But she's like, you're stealing our businesses, and there's only room for one in this school. So I feel like this book is gonna have enemies to lovers vibes in the terms of a relationship. Maybe a relationship might not even happen at all, but he was kind of looking at her and he was like, I really like her smile. So I was like, oh, he's gonna be obsessed with her and she's gonna hate him. And I just love that trope. So I'm really into that. I'm here for it, and I'm just excited to keep going and see where the rest of the book goes. I'm really in the reading mood, so yeah. That was a really weird noise. Let's never do that again. Okay guys, so it's now nighttime, and obviously I am in bed, and I have been reading more of Made in Korea, and I'm up to page 116. Wait, 116? Yes, 116. And I still am really liking it. I think the vibes are really fun. It's a silly, goofy time at times, and I like the two characters. It's also told in dual POV, so one POV is from Valerie, then the next chapter is from Wes. And I kind of like that we switch between the two, and I really like their voices. I find them very distinct. Like, I always know who I'm reading about, which is always a great thing when it comes to multiple POVs. You like to know who you're reading from and not forget when you're mid-chapter and you're like, oh wait, which character is this again? Like, it's very good when they have a distinct voice, so I definitely have that. I think at the start I thought it was going to be like he was more obsessed with her, and like that's the way the romance possibly happened. Now I'm not too sure, because I feel like there's like mutual pining, like they both like each other, because in each of their chapters you kind of get parts where like she's like, oh my god, his smile's really cute, and then in his chapter he's like, I couldn't take my eyes off her. Like, there's like mutual pining, but they're like in rival mode because their businesses are like thriving and they want to beat each other and all this kind of stuff. And they've just made this bet now, where I obviously don't want to say too much about the bet because I don't know if that's a spoiler, what the bet is actually about. But they make a bet, and I kind of love that. I love bet tropes, except for After by Anna Todd. If you know, you know. That's the one bet I do not stand. But the bet that they just did in here, I'm really liking how it's going to go. I think this might also be a very slow burn romance as well, which I'm kind of here for because, like I said, I'm liking the mutual pining and I know that it's probably going to end up in a romance at the end. And I'm just enjoying it. And also, there was actually a scene in here during Halloween, which was just perfect because obviously it's October and spooky season. And like everyone was in costumes. Like the main character guy, Wes, was dressed as a vampire, which exactly, like I'm watching the Vampire Diaries and everything. So like, him being a vampire, love to see it. And they're just all in costumes and they went like into like a haunted house race thing, and just like the spooky Halloween vibes. I really liked that chapter. I found it really fun to read, and yeah, I'm just really liking it. Like currently 4-star vibes. Like I originally thought it was 3 stars because I was just like, yeah, it's fine, like there's nothing bad about it, there's nothing amazing about it either, but like I'm reading really fast, I'm enjoying myself, like it's just a fun time. So yeah, I'm gonna read more of it before I probably go to bed, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll try finish it because I'm gonna try get to the halfway mark, because I feel like halfway is gonna be about page 150 because I'm not too far off it as it is. So I'm gonna read maybe 2 or 3 more chapters before I sleep, and then tomorrow is a new day, and a new day to girl boss close to the sun. Okay guys, so it's the next morning and I don't really have much thoughts to give you about the actual book because I'm still feeling the exact same way. But I do have one thing that I need to say because, like, no offense, I hate to be that person and to pretend to be a dentist, but like the main character keeps eating these high chew sweets, which apparently is this Japanese candy, and like she keeps eating them constantly, and I'm really starting to worry that she might get a cavity. So, and like no one's pointing that out to her. Like, why is no one mentioning, like, you know what, maybe like you're gonna get a cavity, like, well, you know what, if she's fine with it and nothing happens, good for her. I can't relate, but like, yeah, like that's just my main thoughts because she literally eats them all the time. Okay guys, so I'm up to page 199 now. I'm on chapter 12. And I might start to move this up to a 5 stars because the romance elements are really starting to come in and it's so freaking cute. I just love the progression of the romance, the way it's gone, like how it's like enemies to lovers, not enemies to lovers, just enemies at the start where like they're having their rival businesses and they're still having that. And then it progresses to like mutual pining, but it's like in their heads, like they're thinking it and they don't say anything. And now it's just got progress even more, and I just love this little build up, and like it's still just like a slow burn and it's just really cute. And like there's been moments where like there's stuff happening in the rain and like he gives her a lift home in the car because she's getting wet, and just all these little cute things are just such little niche things that I love in rom-coms, and it's just like so cute. And I'm just, oh yeah, I just like, if it continues this way and keeps building on that with the romance, 100% this is going to be a 5-star book for me because like I really ship it. I think they're so adorable, so cute. And then also we got like a really stunning scene where they were both talking about being Korean, and they were talking about how like they don't feel like they really fit in somewhere because they don't think they're Korean because they've moved from different places. Like the main character Wes lived in Seoul, then he moved to Tokyo, then he moved back to Seoul, and he was talking about when he moved back to Seoul, like he lost some of his Korean, so he just felt like he didn't fit in there anymore. And then when he moved to America, like he just didn't feel like he fit in with the other Koreans in America, and he just didn't know if he could call himself Korean American. And it's just really good discussions, and I really enjoyed reading that, and I think I learned a lot myself reading that, so I quite enjoyed it. I'm really liking it, and I'm just excited to keep going, see where this romance is gonna go, because I'm very excited about the progression that we're getting.
A few moments later.
We've got some tears, everyone. Some tears have fallen. I'm on page 285. I only have like a couple pages left, and the family relationships in this book is so cute, and obviously the romance is cute, and like there's just so much cuteness to it. And like these are like happy tears, by the way, they're not sad tears. My heart is feeling so full right now reading this book, and it's just stunning. I just needed to share because if a book makes you cry, it's doing something right. Okay guys, so I have just finished reading Made in Korea by Sarah Suk, and I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars because honestly, there really isn't anything that I can fault or critique that I disliked about the book. So for that reason, like, it's just a 5-star book to me. Like, I really enjoyed it. I loved the characters. I loved the romance. I loved that it was a slow burn. I loved that the miscommunication that happens in it, it wasn't something that was like forced, like it felt real and you kind of like, it made sense and everything. I really loved all of the side characters. I loved the progress about their businesses and like dealing with their different families and like how they don't feel seen by their families and how they kind of like overcome this struggle that like they feel like they need to prove themselves to their families, and then they kind of realize at the end, you know what, I really don't need to prove anything to anyone. Once I prove it to myself, that's all that matters. And I just kind of loved that journey that the two characters went on. I thought it was really beautiful to read and to go on that journey with them. I just really loved the romance, like I said. Like, I loved how it all ended. I loved the relationships between family members. Like, I loved the main character Valerie's relationship that she had with her Halmony. I thought that was really, really cute and adorable. I really loved their relationship. And I just think the book was just really stunning. I really, really enjoyed it. And for that reason, I literally have nothing to fault it. So it's a 5-star book for me. I had such a fun time reading it. I read it really fast. I enjoyed every second of it. And yeah, I kept thinking in my head, like, no, maybe it's not a 5-star book, but you know what? Like, if you don't have any critiques to a book and you just enjoyed your time reading it, then it can just be a 5-star. It does not have to be that deep where you have to like criticize and look at it under a microscope. Like, if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it, and that's that. So 5 out of 5 stars for me. I really enjoyed it and I would definitely highly recommend it. I think it's a very underrated book that I haven't seen many people talking about. And I very much enjoyed it and think it's really, really cute. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video where I read a random book on my bookshelf. And I'm very happy that we got a 5-star read from it. And I'm really happy. Like, I already want to do this again. So if you guys want to see me do it again, let me know. I just think this was so much fun. And like, obviously I might not read another 5-star book the next time, but like, we started off so strong and I'm just really happy and it was such a fun video to do. And of course, this is a video idea that I got from Chloe, so I will link Chloe's channel down below as well as a couple of her videos where she has done this herself, so you should go check those out. And yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and I shall see you all next time in my next video. So goodbye, guys.